That's right, looks so good. And that's really all you need is the main course and the dessert, right, Lucy?
Yeah, that's all you need.
All right, Lucy Greer from Greer's Market and Catering. Let's tell the folks exactly what these two things are that we're working on this morning.
Okay, we're going to make a conecuh pasta salad and also a strawberry pie. And if there's anything that people in Alabama love, it's conecuh. And this is just one more thing you can do with it. And first we are going to start with a pound of conecuh. I've just sliced it down the middle and then made little half moon shapes so it's in small pieces. And we're going to saute this over medium-high heat for about, 5 or 8 minutes until it gets golden brown. So I have that going.
Oh yeah, we're going to get that good conecuh sausage smell here in the studio this morning.
Yeah, they'll be running after we go to break. And also I have diced up 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 red bell pepper just into small pieces. And after we let that conecuh go for a few minutes, we'll put that in there to let that get a little bit of that raw taste out. And already I have cooked a pound of pasta. I just use this cavatappi shaped pasta, but you could use penne or whatever shape that you like.
Preferably something fun.
Yeah, this is more fun. This is my favorite shape. And I had cooked it for about 8 minutes in some salted water, and then I put cold water over it just to stop the cooking process. When you're making a pasta salad, you don't want it to go too far. You want it to kind of hold its shape. And to this, I'm going to add 2 small cans of sliced black olives, 6 green onions sliced, and about a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. And I'll show y'all how to make the dressing while our conecuh is going, and we may need to stir it around a little bit.
I'll stir it around a little bit.
You got that. Okay, to make our dressing, it's just a few simple ingredients. I juiced about a 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice, and I have a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. So I'm going to put that into our bowl, and I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of Creole mustard.
I love Creole mustard. It adds a little extra kick as opposed to just the regular yellow mustard.
If you really want a kick, you could use spicy mustard or grainy mustard or Dijon. But I like the way the Creole mustard works with the conecuh. And we're going to add 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, and we're going to add a tablespoon of salt, which sounds like a lot, but you have a whole pound of pasta and vegetables that you've got to season. So I'm going to give this a little whisk, and then we're going to stream in about a cup of olive oil.
We've got a lot going on here.
We do. You're such a good helper.
Well, I try my best. I do what I can.
And you could also put all of these ingredients in a jar and just shake up the jar to make this dressing. And it's best if you can let your pasta salad kind of sit in the refrigerator overnight, but once we put all of this stuff together, it's ready to eat. You can serve this either warm or chilled. It's great for the summer, taking it outside. We don't have any mayonnaise in this, so it can go outside at a picnic and you won't have to worry about it.
All right, well, I tell you what, sounds like a good time to take a break. When we come back in the next segment, we'll put all this together and start working on our pie as well, and also tell you about all the latest that's going on at Greer's Market and Catering. Thanks a lot, Lucy.
Welcome back to Studio 10 in our kitchen, and we just made history during the commercial break. Just told Lucy, never told anybody this before, I gave her permission to pie me. Yep, I said, you put the pie right in my face because this pie looks so good. We got to get a shot of that. Beautiful, almost too pretty to eat, but you know it's going to taste really good. That's our dessert, but first we're going to finish out this conecuh pasta salad. Lucy Greer from Greer's Market and Catering. It smells so good.
Good. What we have already started, like Cherish said, is our pasta salad. I have sauteed a pound of conecuh that I cut up into small pieces and 1 red, green, and yellow bell pepper that I just diced up, and we just sauteed that for about 10 minutes, and we're going to add that to our pasta, our green onions, and our black olives that we've already put together here, and the dressing that we made, which was Creole mustard, red wine vinegar, lemon juice, olive oil, and a little bit of oregano. So I'll pour this in, and then we're going to add our meat there.
Okay.
And we're also going to get started on our strawberry pie. And I know Cherish is excited about that, so I'll get her to start with that. We're going to put a cup and a half of hot water into our saucepan.
All right.
And we're going to add a cup of sugar to that, right there in that little bowl. And to thicken this up, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, which is right there.
Okay.
And then, of course, a little bit later.
It doesn't want to come out.
That's okay. I'll get
All
my
right.
finger here. And we're going to bring this up to a boil and then thicken it for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then we're going to add 1 3-ounce box of strawberry jello, actually. So I'm going to add 5 drops.
All right, I'm turning it on high heat for you. That's what you want,
Okay,
right?
that is perfectly fine. So you want to mix that up for me, please? And I'll
Yes,
tell them what
ma'am.
I did with the crust here.
All right, putting us to work today.
I know. Usually I
Yeah.
don't make you work, but today, since you're so excited about the pie.
We have to eat it before the show's over. We can't
Yeah.
let the show go off and not have pie.
I have just baked 2 crusts that I got out of the frozen food section. Of course, you can make your own crust, but I'm a working girl and I didn't really have time for that. So this is exactly an easy, makes it a little bit easier for you.
And you can get the crusts and all of these ingredients at Greer's.
Yes, and we actually do have strawberries on sale this week at all of our stores. $1.99 for 1 pound package, and this recipe calls for 2. So already you only have $4 in the strawberries, and each pie crust gets a pound of sliced strawberries. And what's great about this recipe is it makes 2 pies. So if you're going somewhere and you need dessert, sometimes one just isn't enough. So this recipe is just perfect.
Or if you eat the first one before it gets to the picnic.
Yes, or if you do that. So I have just sliced the strawberries and put them in the pie crust, and all that we're going to do with this recipe as far as the oven goes is bake the pie crust. So as soon as our mixture comes up to a boil and it thickens up, we're going to add our jello, and then in the next segment I'll pour it over there, and then all you're going to do is let it sit in the refrigerator. Overnight is really best so it sets, and then you're ready to eat your pie.
You aren't kidding. That is easy. And this looks fantastic enough to feed a family. We'll finish the pie and then we'll eat in just a few minutes. What do you say?
Sounds good.
Joe? No way it can't be a happy Thursday when you have pie. We have pie here on Studio 10 this morning. Lucy Greer from Greer's Market and Catering joining us, made a fantastic smelling pasta dish and then made a pie. Everything is all finished, and I even told her she could pie me earlier. This thing looks so good and smells so good, so she was sweet enough to go ahead and cut me a piece. So what do we have left? When we left off last time, we were getting everything melted as far as getting the ingredients for the pie.
What we did in this saucepan is we had 1.5 cups of water, a cup of sugar, and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a little bit of red food coloring. And now I'm just going to add 1 3-ounce box of strawberry jello. I'm going to whisk this in, and it's still warm. I just brought that mixture up to a boil and let it thicken up a bit. So now we have this really pretty color, and I'm going to add this to our pie crust. Remember, I just baked 2 store-bought pie crusts, or of course you can use your own, or if you like graham cracker crust, you could also use 2 of those. And I sliced, yeah, that is good. And I sliced 2 pounds of strawberries and just divided those. And now I'm just going to pour this, and you pour it hot. Over the strawberries, and then we're going to put this in the refrigerator and just let it set. And so it's super easy, and this recipe that's online makes 2 pies, which is great if you have a big family or a big summer gathering that you're going to. So you just divide this up. And we also made our pasta salad with conecuh sausage. We sauteed some bell peppers, and we made a Creole mustard vinaigrette to go on top of that. And that recipe is also on the Studio 10 website and greers.com.
And all of these ingredients available at Greer's, and strawberries are on sale.
Yeah, we have strawberries on sale at all of our locations for $1.99 a pack. So you can make this pie for really inexpensively.
And really, you're just going to want to keep one for yourself and take the other one to your picnic.
Yes.
Okay, so I can't hold out any longer. I have to eat the pie. Make sure you get these recipes. You can make 2 for yourself, or 1 for someone else, 1 for yourself. And they're all on fox10tv.com on the Studio 10 page. Love having you in again, Lucy, as always. We'll see you in a few minutes.